we are. And I'm Cindy.
And I'm Sam.
And today we are casting on many fronts. We are welcoming our people on Twitch and on Blog Talk Radio and on Facebook.
Yay!
So we're going to do a half an hour on Facebook, and then if you want to finish listening to the show, we're going to push you over to Twitch so that you can finish listening to our special guest today. Our special guest today is going to be Treasure Parker, and we're going to be talking about the new millennial mom.
All right.
First let's take care of some business. First, let's say hi to Treasure.
Hey, Treasure.
Hi, Treasure. Hello.
Hey, I'm so happy to be here. Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear
We can
you.
hear you.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to have you
I
here.
can hear you.
Let me show you guys our shirt here. So, Sam, do you want to speak to this shirt?
Oh, yeah. So, the shirt, when you look at the front, it's got our Live, Love, Explore campaign on the front, which is really cool. And on the back, it's got this beautiful tree of life. It's really colorful. It's a V-neck, and basically we're giving it away. And we want to give it to our 5th follower on Twitch. So at the end of the Facebook show, which is in 30 minutes, we are going to send everybody over to Twitch. That's really loud.
Sorry.
We're going to send everybody over to Twitch, and our 5th follower is going to win that V-neck. It's a medium, and it's really cute. So bear with us as we go ahead and call back Treasure, who we're going to interview today. We're really excited to talk to her, so let's get her live on the line.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about other stuff while we're doing that.
Okay, cool.
Tell us what else is going on these days.
Well, let's see. What's happening? What's happening in my life? I'm still looking for my island. So if anybody has an island out there and you want to cast away, let me know. I'll be there. Bring out a paddle board and come running. What else is happening in my world? Oh yeah, I should say we should put out there that we're still looking for artists to basically do some art for the t-shirts. So if you are an artist and you've got some art that you'd like us to put on some t-shirts and some merch and stuff like that, we'd love to do that and basically get your work out there. So let us know on that. You can hit us up in the chat room on Twitch and let us know whether or not you've got some art that you want to share.
Go ahead.
And then, let's see, what else? Yeah, let's see. My garden is still growing. I'm trying to stretch for time. I'm stretching as we try to get the technology to work to bring Treasure back in our interview. But let's talk about what we're going to interview her about. So what we wanted to talk about was being a new mom in 2019.
Well, yeah, because we were having this conversation about whether being a parent today is still the same as when parents were. I mean, when our baby boomer moms or in some cases silent moms were raising us.
What's a silent mom?
A silent mom is the generation before baby boomers.
Really? They
Yeah.
have a name?
Silent generation.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's sad. Why are they called silent?
Well, they're getting old.
Oh my God. The candles being snuffed
And
out?
basically
That's
the
sad.
baby boomer generation started after World War II.
Mm-hmm.
And there was just an explosion in the population at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we are called the baby boomer generation.
Well, I know why that generation is called the baby boom, but I didn't know the generation before is called the silent generation.
The silent generation.
That's very sad.
So
They need to
in some
change that
cases,
name.
when our silent moms and baby boomer moms were raising us, and I think we have our guest back. All right. So, hi.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, hi. Thanks for calling back in. So, we were having this discussion, me and Sam, and we were talking about how baby boomer, it wasn't really baby boomer moms versus millennial moms. It's just how have it changed? Things stayed the same in raising children, and how have things
How has motherhood changed?
different? Exactly.
Through the
Thank you.
generations. Yeah.
So I thought of you because you're a new mom and you've got 3 little people going there.
You have 3?
3.
I only thought she had 2.
Yeah.
She has 3.
Wow, you go, Treasure.
So she has a
Awesome. That's so awesome.
Well, tell us their names and their ages.
So I have Olivia, age 5. She's actually my husband's daughter, so my stepdaughter, but we don't make any difference.
Exactly.
I have Kanan, who is 1. He'll be 2 in September, so I'm about 2 months here. And then I have Kai, who's currently about 4 weeks old.
I'm going to show a picture for you guys who are on Twitch. If you go on Twitch, you can actually see the images. It's so cute.
They're
of
so
Treasure
sweet.
and the kids. And I have a picture of the new baby, which is like the best picture ever.
So I have the full disclosure. Treasure is my niece.
Love this image.
And so you told me that Kanan named Kai. So how did that happen? I need to know that story before we go anywhere.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, yeah, Kai, it's a little bit, the story's a little bit funny. So, well, not funny, but a little bit like serendipitous. So, Kai, Aaron and I had Kanan, and when we had our Kanan, obviously that was my first child I actually physically gave birth to, even though I had Liz. And Kanan, we knew everything about Kanan from the minute we found out we were pregnant. We figured out his name. We knew it was going to be a boy. We just had all these things that we knew. Aaron's mom, my mother-in-law, we call her Honey. The kids call her Honey. She is very intuitive. So one night, a couple of days actually before Kai came, we were all like, okay, before Kanan came, let's make a bet about what date he's going to come on. Aaron made a guess. It was not even close. I made a guess of the 24th of September. And Aaron's mom is like, I heard the baby tell me that Kanan is going to be born on September 22nd. That's the date he's coming on. He told me that. This is what she says. And we look at her like, girl, sit down. You're a little bit cuckoo. We know you. The baby did not tell you when he's coming. And there's no way the baby is talking to you, right? And so, lo and behold, the night of the 21st at 11:45, my contractions start. And Kanan is born at 9:20 on September 22nd. And we're like, okay, this woman knows everything. We need to yield to her.
That's
so
amazing.
when Kai was being born, it was a little bit weird because we knew nothing about Kai. We knew she was a girl, but we didn't know what her name was. We couldn't figure out her name because we had no name for her in mind.
Even though I told you she was a girl.
Say it again?
You remember when Aunt Cindy called you the day you found out?
Yes.
And I said she's a girl.
And Cindy actually told me after Kanan was born that I was going to have a girl and that Kanan was going to be a big brother. So Cindy knew all of that. So when we got pregnant again, we were excited, but we had no idea this pregnancy was a little bit different. We didn't know anything about her. And so we were searching for a name. Aaron and I could not figure out, we could not get on the same page for a name. I was probably definitely pregnant for about 40 weeks. I was probably 36 weeks pregnant and we still had no name for her. Mom tells us, she's trying to tell us the date. She gets all the dates. All the dates are incorrect. I'm still pregnant. We passed all the dates that she thinks Kai is going to come. But early in the pregnancy, Mom is like, oh, the baby told me what her name is. I heard it in my sleep. She woke me up and she told me that her name is Victory. And we're like, okay, Mom, I don't know why the baby would tell you that.
Victory's not happening.
Aaron and I looked at each other again. We laughed at her. We said, we will not name her Victory. There's no way that our child is going to name Victory. We don't like the name. And she's like, okay, I don't care what you said. The baby told me her name is Victory. So one night, I'm probably 2 weeks from giving birth, Kanan is talking to me and he's like, Kai. And I said, oh, that's actually a really, really cute name. So I text Aaron and I'm like, what about Kai for So I'm like, okay, wait, before we can actually pick Tide, let's look up what the name means. So I Googled Tide, name means it's gender, it's non-gender specific, can go for boy or girl, and it says Tide means victory.
Oh, there you go. She nailed it.
Wow.
She nailed it.
Wow. Yeah, we said, okay, Mom, like, we give in, you're all knowing. And she told us Ty's name. She told us that very soon on. She said, the baby told me her name is Victory. And there's a gospel song that goes, my name is Victory. And so we were like, okay. So when we looked it up and Ty was the only name we both agreed on, and we saw that it meant victory, we're like, okay. That's, I guess, what the baby's name is going to be. So, Honey wins again.
That's amazing.
I'm taking Honey to the casino with me.
What numbers are coming up?
So I have some questions, and Sam has some. And so, like I said, we were discussing the differences and how things have changed in motherhood since,
Time began.
Exactly right. So one of my questions is, I'm wondering, do you feel your peers are having babies at a later date than when, say, your mom and we had them? Because I know, say, for instance, Uncle Gary's mom is part of the silent generation, and they were having kids in their 20s, their early 20s, or even in their teens.
Our generation was waiting until like mid-30s.
Was it that long?
Yeah.
It didn't feel that long.
Yeah.
Because my mom had us in her 20s.
Yeah. Our generation was mid-30s.
And I think, yeah.
Because the whole thing was get your career going, make sure you've got your career, and then start having kids. So having kids was delayed.
Uh-huh. So
what is this generation doing?
Yeah, what are you guys doing? Are you guys waiting till, 40?
No, she's not 40.
She's
the
knocking it.
The beautiful thing I think about us millennial moms, and if it comes to if we're having babies older, or if we're having them younger, from my experience, I'm actually seeing quite a bit of my friends either getting married right now or have already started families and have multiple children.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the difference between millennial moms today versus people like our parents, or I had my first shot. I was 25 when I had Kaden. So I was pregnant at 24. So
hi, ladies on Facebook.
Pretty young. I'm sorry?
You keep talking. We're podcasting on 3 different levels today. So I'm also talking to people on Facebook.
Okay, you're kind of breaking up, so I don't know what you...
We're talking to people on 3 different levels, so we're also talking on Facebook as well.
Oh.
We're listening to you.
Okay, perfect.
But keep going.
So I feel the true difference that I feel between millennial moms and moms in the past is I don't know that it's a difference in when we're having kids. I feel like the difference is when we've given ourselves permission to have kids.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is that I feel like the new millennial mom, at least from my experience, I feel like we're not bound in a box so much to say. Like when you think about our parents and maybe older generations having the role of being a mom and what it means to like maybe stay at home, or maybe your job is specifically to raise the kids and the dad's job is specifically to bring home the money, or in that way. I feel like millennial moms have now given themselves permission to step outside of the box of what it means to be a mother. So whether that means I'm going to start a family at 23, or whether that means I want to wait until my career's in order and have kids at 33, I think the true difference between millennial moms and moms from the past are, I feel like millennial moms have given themselves permission to step outside of that predetermined box of what it means to be a mother. And so what that comes with is that means we determine our own clock. And we determine when we want to have children and what that looks like for us individually. And I would honestly say that's the biggest difference that I've seen between millennial moms and moms maybe who are older, who've had kids maybe traditionally a little bit younger. Us millennials, I don't think we're confined for us, whether we have kids younger or older. I think we're making those decisions for ourselves.
I like that. So, does your generation, do they like it when advertisers come at them as stay-at-home moms or working moms? Like my generation, the baby boomer generations, we were always dropped into the category of stay-at-home moms and working moms. How do you guys subscribe to advertisers coming at you like that?
Can you repeat the question one more time?
How does your generation feel about being categorized as stay-at-home moms or working moms?
Are advertisers doing that?
Yeah, they do.
Are they doing that
Yeah.
still?
Yeah. It's like, this is for the work. Categorized as working moms or stay-at-home moms?
I can speak personally for me on this topic. I don't know that I felt any way about being categorized. I just know that I've always, so I knew that before I had kids, I had, first off, a misconception of what I wanted. I thought that Tresha was this working woman that I could have kids and do it all, but I was not going to give up my career. I was not going to stay at home. I was not going to give up who I was as a person individually. That's the type of mindset that when I was pregnant, I've always had this idea that I was not going to be just a mom, right? And not that there's anything negative, but I wanted my impact in the world to be bigger than the word mom. So I love social justice. I love fighting for people's rights. And I wanted my impact in the world to be more geared towards that than I did having kids. And so what that meant for me was that meant I was going to be a working mother. Now, when it actually came and Kanan was actually here and I actually had Liv, my whole world changed because I felt the power of what it meant to be a mom.
Exactly.
So at first, I felt like being a mom was kind of, people aren't going to box me in and I'm just going to be somebody's mother and that's all I'm going to be as a woman. But what was beautiful and I'm obviously very spiritual, and what I feel like God taught me through that experience or through even that arrogance of, oh, that's not going to be my mark on the world, is I realized that the greatest mark I will ever leave on the world is what and how I raise my children.
Exactly.
And so this whole time I thought that to influence the world, I had to be in the workplace. I had to have an identity separate from the title of mom, and I had to be my own woman, so to speak. But it's so crazy because what I truly learned was that, to be honest, my biggest impact on the world is how I raised Olivia and the type of person that she is, how I raised Kanan, and if he's aware of his male privilege and if he's aware of a lot of the privileges that he has when it comes to being a male, and how I raised Ty and the type of girl and the type of young woman and the type of eventually woman she's going to become. So I think that title of working mom versus stay-at-home mom for me is a little bit different. I don't mind the title so much because I feel like so long as I raise my kids to be great people, that's the most important thing. Whether I'm staying at home or whether I'm doing it full time from a different position doesn't really matter.
It sounds to me like your thinking is pretty much along the same lines as the moms that came before. They had that thought that I'm not going to be pigeonholed. I can be a mom and basically have my cake and eat it too until you're a mom and you figure out that there's something different.
Well, I think you don't realize how much that changes your whole world and the way you think, what is important to you. Your whole state of being changes and your whole thought mindset changes, and you cannot have a concept of that until you become a mom, because until then it's just words that people are saying. Oh yeah, your thoughts are different. You really cannot truly understand it until you become a mom, because everything changes so dramatically. Like literally you are now living your life for those people, for those little people who are in the world. Everything from the moment you wake up, your brain is like, are they hungry? Do they need to eat? Everything is about them.
Oh yeah.
And it just, and you become a completely different person. And in a way, I think you become a better person Because no longer is your focus on what's best for me.
Mm-hmm.
You are constantly looking to the external, what's best for them. And that's one of the things we have to be very careful of, because we easily can lose sight of what's best for you.
Mm-hmm.
You put yourself on the back burner, and you have to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're the protector, you're the defender, you're the food source, you're the everything for the little people that you have in this world. And it's very easy to put yourself on the back burner. You can type to. And so that's one of the sort of catches that moms get into is, you know, you have to be cognizant of that and make sure that you take care of you. Because your whole household and all their lives revolve around you and you being okay. And, you know, when you put yourself on the back burner, suddenly, you know, you can fall by the wayside, and you don't want that. And it's hard to, you know, hormones are kind of keeping you from thinking about yourself.
So my next question is, this is something I've often wondered about. Do millennial moms identify with feminism?
What does that mean? What does feminism mean? Like, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
What does that mean? What is that definition?
Or it's hard to define. Yeah, 100%.
How so?
How I think it's important to define, because I think people have a huge misconception about what feminism is.
Yes.
What it means to be a feminist.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, right, what the biggest perception, even when I started to date, when I was first dating Aaron before we got married, which is my husband, the biggest misconception was that, oh, feminists, of course, the first thing you hear is, oh, they hate men, right?
Exactly.
So I think it's important. I think it's an important term to define, because when the way that I was raised, feminism to me, and the way that I look at it, just means the equal support of women, obviously, or supporting women, or believing that women can do everything, obviously, men can do, financially, emotionally, physically. And so my view of feminism just means that's the support of women. I'm kind of interested to hear what you all, Sam and Cindy, what you all believe, or what your definition of feminism is, before I kind of answer, or before I kind of jump into the question of do millennial moms identify with feminism.
Yeah, let's each give our definition of feminism. So she just gave her definition. What's your definition?
See, my definition, because she grew up with me, is the same as her. We as women support each other, and it's not male bashing, man hating. And what I've come up with is, and I believe this with all my soul, and one of our next show is going to be Women's Need to Connect, is that women do need to connect with each other, and we need to support each other. And I believe that when we share our stories and we talk to each other like we're doing now, we are that much stronger as women.
But what is the definition?
And my definition of feminism is women, we are stronger, we are together, and we are supporting each other.